Hi, my name is Gabriela Brenda, and I'm a health coach. I'm here today to tell you what I do. Because I can tell you I'm a health coach, and you'll be like, what? Nobody knows what a health coach really does. Are you a nutritionist? No, I'm not a nutritionist. So what are you? I am a person that likes to inspire you towards your healthy life. Because, let's be true to ourselves, we have so much information out there about health. Who doesn't know? And if you're still unhealthy, the main reason is not because you don't know what to do about health. It's because you don't respect yourself enough. And that a nutritionist is not going to tell you. That's why I didn't want to become a nutritionist. Because I don't care about giving people rules. I don't care about telling people how to eat these many amount of carbs, these many amount of protein, these many amount. I don't care about that. I don't want to be another rule giver. People have enough rules already in their lives. First thing you wake up in the morning, if you wake up with an alarm clock, that's your first rule of the day. Wake up at this time. Aren't you sick of that? Aren't you sick of following rules? You can't just be. You can't just follow your instinct. And then if you sleep in, for God's sake, you sleep in until 10 o'clock one day, you feel guilty. Is that self-love? No. Unfortunately, people are motivated by fear. Fear of not being accepted. Fear that someone's not going to love them. Fear of failing. That's what people are motivated by. And I am here to help you get motivated by seeing the best person you can be. Because you are already the best person you can be. But you have so many layers of rules and expectations that you don't see that anymore. And that's what I love to do as your health coach. So you come to me and you want to lose a couple pounds. Maybe you want to lose 30 pounds, 100 pounds. And not like a nutritionist or dietitian, I am not going to tell you to do A, B, C, D and put you in the world for you to get it on, get all these rules down. Because guess what? Once you say goodbye to me and my services, you're going to go right back to where you were before. Because those rules are going to stop existing and you're going to go right back to where you were before. And what I try to do with my clients is change their lifestyles because it makes sense. For example, I just don't tell you to just stop eating something because that's not going to help you achieve a goal. I explain to you the reason why you shouldn't. And if it's really important to you, maybe there's a way we can incorporate that in your life. Because if you eliminate everything you like in your life, you're going to have a miserable life. So, if you like eating bread, for example, I'm not going to tell you to just cut it all out from your life altogether right away. Because that's not sustainable. I'm going to explain to you the benefits of bread and the things that are bad about bread, and you're going to make your own decision. I'm just going to coach you. So, say you come one day and I ask you, so what did you eat today? And you're going to tell me, I did really good today. I ate a piece of fruit for breakfast, a salad for lunch. But then I came home and I was so tired. I just didn't want to cook, so I stopped at McDonald's and I had a hamburger. But you know what? I deserved it. Because I did so good during the day and my day was so tiring that I really deserved it. I owned it. Okay. There are many things wrong with that picture. And I am telling you all this because I have been there. That's why I wanted to become a health coach. Because hopefully with my speech right now, you will understand that we are all the same. Nobody's better than anybody. Hopefully by the end of my speech, you will be able to see that you and I are going through the same struggles. But I'm just speaking out things that you are so afraid to say. And that's why everybody is just living out like they're numb. People are just numb walking around, just living others' expectations. You're not living your life, you're living someone else's life. You're living an imagination of someone that wants something for your life. You're not living what you want to live. And I've been there. And that's why I wanted to become a health coach. Because deep inside, and really, I wish I had someone to coach me through my deepest fears. I wish I had somebody to hold my hand, not judge me, and tell me the truth while I was going through my deepest fears. And it took me a very long time to be able to wake up and heal, to wake up and realize I needed help. I needed somebody to coach me, and I didn't have. And that's why I am so passionate to help people. So if we talk about this day that, okay, you ate for breakfast a piece of fruit, for lunch you had a salad, maybe with a piece of chicken, and then at night you just went all over and just had some McDonald's, some Big Mac or whatever. What's wrong with that? To begin with, do you really think that you ate enough during the day? Do you think you ate enough? Do you think you... Why did you only have a piece of fruit? Why did you only have a salad for lunch? How many calories in that? Did you know the average calories people need just to live is 2,000 calories? And that's why the 2,000 calories are behind every single package that we get, because that's average for men and women. Just to be able to survive, just for our brains to be able to think, for our hearts to be able to beat, for you to be able to blink, your body requires an average of 2,000 calories. Not for everybody, of course, but that's an average. And there are people out there eating 1,100 calories a day because they want to lose weight. Do you think that's doing any good for your body? And then you can't lose weight. And you get so frustrated. You just feel even less of yourself. You think less of yourself. But that's such a bad feeling because, first of all, you don't even feel like you don't feel like you deserve eating. Deep down, that's the truth. Because where do you find the strength not to give your body what it needs to function? You find the strength on the not feeling self-worthy. That's where you find the strength. Because deep down, you don't think you deserve to eat. You think you'll be okay without that food. And if you do only eat 1,100 calories, maybe you eat 12 one day and you feel so bad about yourself. Oh my gosh. So that goes right there. People just eat so little calories. The biggest problem in society is not what they eat, is not how many calories they ate. Because then, like I said, your body's not going to trust you if you eat so little. And then every piece of lettuce that you eat, your body's going to turn into fat because it's not going to trust you. And trust me, I've been through this. For 13 years of my life, I suffered from anorexia and bulimia. That's not a good picture. I'm not proud of my past, but I'm proud of me now because I'm able to inspire people. I understand how your body works. I don't want you to go through the same thing I did. And maybe you're not in the same level, but your lack of self-respect is the same as mine when I was sick. If you're only eating little calories, you don't respect yourself. And that's the biggest problem in society. If people allowed themselves to live, if people allow themselves to be loved, if people stopped buffering everything with lies to protect other people, their lives would be so much healthier and happier, and all those pounds would just come off, right off you, because you're learning to respect yourself. And that's such a beautiful thing. That's how I was able to cure myself. And you can see that in a different perspective. Forget about foods. Some people may come to me and say, Gabi, I need help to quit smoking. And you know, guys, it's the same exact thing as somebody that needs to lose weight. It's the lack of self-respect. The people that smoke don't love themselves. It's not like they don't know that smoking is bad for you. If you smoke, do you really don't know that it's bad for you? But guess what? You're so addicted that you could care less. You could care less. The nicotine speaks louder than your health. I used to smoke. I smoked for 7 years of my life. I smoked about a pack and a half a day, a pack a day average. And I know how that feels. I know that when you smoke, maybe you feel cool when you're blowing the smoke out of your mouth. It makes you feel cool. It makes you feel like you're rebellious. It even feels good when you're stressed out and you have a cigarette. Oh, I was able to calm down. Oh, maybe if I don't smoke, stress is going to kill me. Oh, I can go on. I have so many excuses to smoke because I used to smoke. I didn't want to quit. But deep down, I knew it was killing me and I was allowing it to. It's lack of self-respect. And when someone comes to me and they want to quit smoking, it's really difficult, just like losing weight. Because at first, we're not going to address that. We're going to address the source of your problem, not your problem. Because smoking is not the problem. Eating uncontrollably, binging is not the problem. That's your solution. You found smoking a solution to your stress, or you found eating a solution to your stress. You're using those things as antidepressants. So me as a health coach, I'm not going to tell you to, eat carbs, eat these proteins, these many fats. No. I'm going to ask you to take a step back and let's think about what made you be the way you are right now. And guess what? 100% of the time is lack of self-worth. Because since we were little kids, we are learning to compromise. We compromise everything. Think about this. We are growing up, learning to compromise with our brothers and sisters, with our mom. We don't want to make daddy unhappy. And what do? We compromise our happiness. We don't realize that we are unique human beings. I am different than you, and that's okay. Let me be, and I will let you be. But no, we all need to get along. But let me tell you, if everybody was honest, we wouldn't have all these problems that we have right now. If everybody just told the truth instead of trying to sugarcoat everything to get along. If you did that, if I did that, our lives would be completely different. And guess what? We will be much happier. Because the truth will set you free. And that's so, so true. I don't lie anymore. And some people call me bitter. And guess what? That's fine. I think it's actually funny. Now think about this. When we lie, we hold people hostage. We take away their freedom. We take away their freedom of choice. When you lie to someone to protect them, even when it's to protect them, you are actually hurting them because you're taking away their freedom of choice. And I'm going to give you an example. For example, you just started dating someone and you smoke, but you know the other person doesn't like being around cigarettes, and then what do? You just hide it. And hiding is just as bad as lying. It's just a better word for it. So you don't feel guilty. So you hide that you smoke. Or maybe something else. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't like the color blue for walls, for example. And the person that you're dating's whole house is painted blue. But you're gonna lie just to impress, not to hurt their feelings. And maybe that one thing would define your whole relationship. Maybe if you told the person the truth, maybe if you told her, hey, I smoke, maybe that person wouldn't be with you. Or maybe if you said, hey, I hate your taste in color for your house, maybe that would be a reason for the person not to want to be with you. But when you lie, when you make things up, when you sugarcoat, when you hide, when you do all these things to try to protect the other person or try to protect a relationship, guess what? It's gonna bite you in the behind. Because you're taking away that person's freedom. And one day, if you get married to that person, for example, it's gonna come up. You cannot hide a lie for too long. Soon enough, it's going to come to surface. And soon enough, that person will smell the cigarette in you, for example. Or soon enough, you're going to say something out of anger because you couldn't hold it together. And you're going to say, hey, I hate this color blue for house. But then you're already going to be married. And the person's not going to see it coming. So lying, hiding, trying to protect, and not being true to yourself, not being true to who you are, and not being true to your own feelings. When you do that, you take away the person's freedom. Because then maybe your lives will go a total different way. Maybe the person that likes the color blue for house would find another person that likes the color blue for house. And I know this is a very silly example, but you can put that in any other things that you like. And maybe the person that doesn't like smoking will find somebody that's not a smoker. Will find somebody that actually is into health and it will be more compatible to them. So it won't be a harsh trying to get relationship, trying to make something work. Because when we try too hard, that means it shouldn't be. We shouldn't try too hard to be happy. Things should just flow. When you're trying too hard, if someone else is trying too hard, it's because someone is either hiding or lying. Someone is not happy in that relationship. And that could be in work, your work relationship, parent and daughter relationship. It could be loving relationships. People should just know how to say things as they are. Everyone is unique. And that's the beauty of life. Everyone being different, but being able to accept each other and love each other as they are, not as they think the other person wants them to be. Why do people lie? Like about stupid stuff. Even about big stuff. But let's talk about the stupid stuff. Why do people lie? It's because they want to protect other people. Most of the times when people lie about little things, it's because they don't want to hurt someone's feelings, right? So let's get an example. You go over your mom's house and she cooked for you a nice dinner, looks very beautiful. And you have a bite and it's so salty. Then your mom asks you, so I made all of these dishes all for you, all this food just for you because you came to see me. And what do you think? Do you like it? And you are still drinking water, trying to get all that salt out of your system. And you say, yes, Mom, it was really good. Thank you so much. Now, why did you do that? You lied because you didn't want to hurt your mom's feelings, right? But guess what? You're being selfish. By lying, you are just plain selfish. Because you're not lying not to just protect your mom. You're lying because you don't want to feel guilty. That's why you lie. Because you don't want to feel guilty. Because if you just said to her, hey Mom, thank you so much for cooking for me. I really appreciate all the time you spent doing this for me. But I think it's too salty for my taste. Maybe next time you want to do something less salty, or I'll help you cook. You think that's going to hurt your mom's feeling, but really, you don't want to deal with the feeling that you think your mom's going to have. You don't want to feel guilty. So that's another motivator. People just get motivated by not feeling those terrible feelings like fear, guilt. And are those feelings what's motivating your life? Why don't you just try to get along with people and tell them the truth? When you see somebody doing something bad, why don't you just call them out? You say, hey, it's not okay for you to do this. It's not okay for you to say this to me. Why don't you give yourself that self-worth? It's just not okay. I'm not going to allow you to talk to me like this. But no, a lot of people don't say that because they don't want to hurt the other person's feelings. Hey, how about your feelings? How about what you feel for you? Have some compassion for yourself. And that's what the problem is in the biggest picture. People don't respect themselves. They respect everybody else before themselves. And that's why they eat so much, or maybe that's why they eat junk at night, or maybe that's why they smoke. But if you do smoke, or if you do eat uncontrollably, I try to help you go back and find the source of why. All of the reasons why. Why did you pick up that first cigarette and smoke that first cigarette years ago? Do you remember that day? Do you remember holding the cigarette awkwardly because you didn't know how to hold it, or you didn't know how to flick the cigarette? Do you remember that first day? Do you remember coughing out your lungs? And why did you keep pushing it? Do you remember hating the taste in your mouth of that nasty smoke? Until you got to a point that actually tasted good. Isn't that weird? And that's what happens in our lives. The same thing that happens with toxic things. The first time it happens, it hurts. It's disgusting. But then you keep pushing it and you keep pushing it until it's normal, until it actually tastes good. That's what depression is. That happened to me. The first time my ex-husband hit me, I was so traumatized, I was so confused, I didn't want to believe that was happening. Just like a smoker doesn't want to believe that cigarettes is killing them. Same exact thing. And then I didn't want to believe it because I loved my ex-husband. So then the second time happened, the third time happened, and the fourth time, and the fifth. And guess what? By the end of my marriage, I thought that was normal. Because I just didn't respect myself. So choose not to become a victim of yourself. If something bad happened in your life, accept it and move forward. Because you can't dwell on that thing for the rest of your life, and that's only gonna freeze you. It's not gonna do any good. Instead, use that pain to help others who are going through the same thing. Instead of dwelling and feeling like you're a poor person that's so unfortunate, went through so much pain, stop that and just use that information and all of those feelings to help push you forward and help other people. Otherwise, you're going to be frozen for the rest of your life. Otherwise, all of that pain is going to die inside of you, and it's going to make you die. So use that pain for your own benefit. Make that pain your motivation to move forward and help others. Get healed. Want to be healed. Where is your desire to feel better? All of those people that are feeling like victims of their own selves, of their victims of their lives or victim of someone else, all of those people lack self-worth. Because they don't want to get better. Because if they did, they wouldn't be feeling like victims if everything that happened to them is already in the past and they're still living and dwelling on those things. If that's the case, that's because they are not ready to move forward because they don't love themselves. So this is the problem in the world. This is why people look for help. When someone goes to a nutritionist, who cares how many carbs and protein and fats that people must eat if they don't respect themselves? Maybe that's going to do the person even worse. Because by giving them more rules, it's going to encourage all of these other things that need to be addressed. And this is why I'm so passionate about what I do. Because I want to help find that person that's lost inside you. I want to help you find your true potential. I want to help you find the love you have to feel for yourself to be able to succeed in any area of your life. I want to help you look in the mirror and like what you're seeing. Because you will understand your past and you will want to live a healthy future. And by being your health coach, I want to be able to show you that you are a wonderful person. You deserve to be healthy. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be loved. You're not worse than anybody, and you're not better than anybody. Yes, I'm sitting up here because this is what I came here to do. That doesn't mean that I'm better than anybody over there. I am just a health coach. And a doctor that may come here is just a doctor. That's what he chose to do for his life. Doesn't mean he's better than me. Doesn't mean he's better than anybody here. What really matters, what we're here to do, who we're inspiring in this world. Because your pain and my pain is our truth. Our past is our truth. Our happiness is our truth. I will never ever gonna be able to understand what you went through in your life because I don't have your past in me. I can just have a little idea, but you are the only person who will know the exact truth. So we cannot compare pain. We cannot compare happiness. You just need to take things as they are and make them your truth. Accept them and move forward. So you are not better than anybody. I am not better than anybody. A neurosurgeon is not better than anybody. We are just here in this world to try to live in peace and inspire each other to be better people. And this is my passion, and this is what I do as a health coach. And if I can just leave you with one message, the message is, if everybody took care of their own selves, nobody would be left out. Nobody. Thank you very much.